was speaking to a lady the other day who was talking about how she was struggling to find remote work. She was sending applications, sending out her resume, but just not getting any responses. And so I broke down her resume with her on a call and just gave her a few pointers on her resume. But what we actually ended up noticing was it came down to how she was positioning herself. And so there was a few mistakes that she was making without even realizing. One of those being listing a certain country on her resume that was getting flagged with the employers. So her country that she's currently living in is Kenya. She's originally from the US, but because she was listing that address on her resume, employers were looking at this and saying, oh, she's Kenyan, and instantly assuming that she's an African lady who, usually they don't hire from those countries. And so this was like a big thing holding her back from actually getting any responses from her job applications. Another thing was actually just positioning herself in her applications. And so the way that she was going about these applications is kind of just having a broad generic resume and sending it out to a ton of different jobs. And a lot of people do this. I'm surprised how many people do this. They have a resume with their whole life experience, all the jobs they've worked. Her resume was 9 pages long. 9 pages. Can you imagine how long that would take for an employer to read? It's not going to be worth their time, and especially when the experience on there isn't even relevant to the job title that she's applying for. And so a lot of people are doing this, and this is a really common mistake when you're going out and applying for remote jobs. So this is one thing that really needs to be fixed, is making your resumes specific to the job titles that you're applying for, right? So one thing we broke down was making sure that she was applying to the most specific job title that's most relevant to the skills and experience that she has. And also, one of the things that I find a lot of people struggle with as well is actually having issues with like not having enough experience or skill sets in a certain industry to go and apply for jobs in that industry. And so the way you can combat this is either going up and upskilling, or getting an internship, or approaching a job and saying, hey, I can do this job for half the price because I'm so willing to learn and I'm so committed. And if you put that energy into the application and the interview, like, you're more likely to get hired, because people love hiring based on attitude. A lot of hirers, a lot of employers are looking to hire based on attitude more so than skills. And so if you can come in with the right attitude and the right positioning and selling yourself in the right way, then you have a higher likelihood of landing the job. And so I think most of this game with remote work and remote jobs just comes down to positioning, right? It comes down to having that specific resume, applying to the right job roles, stacking up a couple skill sets by upskilling on sites like udemy.com, and then positioning yourself and selling yourself in the right way to employers. And also you can go out and start networking with people in different industries, start to get some insider insights, some insider opportunities as well. And so a lot of this game, like I said, comes down to positioning, comes down to playing it smart and not just smashing your resume out to as many applications as you possibly can. It's about being a bit more smart with how you approach the process. So I hope that helps. Quick little video here. I wanted to make this after the call I had with this lady. I'm sure it will help some of you in terms of you guys who are applying for remote jobs. So yeah, just remember, keep your resume specific, keep it specific in your application as well when you're sending cover letters and stuff. And then also position yourself and sell yourself in the right way, network with the right people, and you should have some remote job opportunities come up in no time. If you'd like some additional help, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or drop a comment here on this YouTube video. More than happy to help guide you guys on finding remote work. And also, if you want to learn more about overemployment, which is taking on multiple remote jobs by outsourcing your work to virtual assistants, we have a free training that I'll leave below at leveragelife.com/training. You can check that one out. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next one. Peace.